We're here live on WAE.TV on a beautiful Thursday in Tulare County, California. And with us is Nate Taylor, the Director of Business Development with Advanced Reconnaissance Corporation. So for those that don't know, including me, Nate, what is Advanced Reconnaissance? What are you all about?
Advanced Reconnaissance, we provide hyperspectral and thermal imagery for the life sciences market, defense market, and also for mining and for environmental sciences.
So we're talking, I sense remote sensing in the
Yes.
picture here, okay? You're all about remote sensing, and I guess that name says it all, but tell us exactly how are you able to sense this remotely? I mean, what kind of avenues do you take there?
So there are multiple ways that you can do remote sensing. We are currently focused on fixed-wing aircraft, manned. We fly at 10,000 feet, and we have a specific designed camera that fits our algorithm, our math equation, and we fly over the fields and the areas of interest, and we at about a 1 kilometer area at a time, and then we capture that information and then we bring it back into our system, and then we create maps for people to use and manage their cropland.
So for farmers out there that you've worked with in the past, what seems to be the most popular data or imagery that they really want to go after?
So today, what they're using imagery for in California is a lot for water management, obviously so, given the issues that we're having around the
Sure.
drought and regulations around water. And then in the Midwest, we have folks that are using it for managing a fertilizer. They're also managing it to predict yields. And everywhere around the country, folks are looking to it to manage pests and to also manage weeds, monitor their crop in general. Some are doing research around what kind of seeds they should plant. So there's a variety of things that you can use remote sensing for. It depends upon what your focus is.
So if the farmer says, this is what my focus is, here's a menu of items to look for, is that kind of how it works? You go up and you do that? Yeah.
Yes, we do. Yeah, and it's all on demand. So we fly as much as they would like, whether it's one time a year or season or twice a season. It depends upon what issue you're trying to address.
Sure. You mentioned fixed aircraft at 10,000 feet, but you know these drones are very popular these days too. Involved in that as well? Or?
We are looking toward how do we miniaturize our sensor so it can fit on UAVs and drones. And we've talked to some companies here at World Ag Expo and at other places around what that may look like. That is a fun opportunity to figure out how do you get payloads so low that it gets onto drones.
Sure. Well, I'm sure the way technology is, we're not going to have any problem in getting that down to the proper size. And you'd mentioned you work with the Department of Defense as well. Tell us a little bit about your involvement there.
So we do. Currently have our hyperspectral sensor. It meets the specifications from the government, to where our soldiers are using these sensors to detect IEDs. So they'll put this hyperspectral camera on their vest, and they have a heads-up display, and we will sense out about 10 meters, and it's about a road width apart, and then it will detect anomalies or IEDs inside the soil, so it keeps them safe.
Hyperspectral is
hyperspectral, yes.
So that's just getting right, oh, you're right there, huh?
It is. So the hyperspectral, there's also multispectral in agriculture too, which are 4 bands. And I say hyperspectral because we use 151 bands of the spectrum. And that is, as you can imagine, it's a lot of data. It's about a gigabyte per minute we collect when we fly.
Wow.
And the way we're able to leverage that or make sense of that is because of our algorithm that we developed. So it's all automated on our end. So whatever map you want or issue you want to address, we run our imagery through and out pumps useful information.
I was going to ask you if you just serviced California, but it sounds like you're all over the world, huh?
We are. And we're moving fast into the Midwest too. We've increased our infrastructure. So we certainly serve the 48 contiguous United States, and we have projects that are going on in other continents and other areas as well. Those are usually on a project by project basis, but hopefully it will be full commercial in a few years.
Yeah, your company name is Advanced Recon or Reconnaissance.
Advanced Recon, that's right, yes.
And it's like, whoa, that sounds pretty spyish, I guess you could say. What's your background? Before you were doing this, what were you doing?
So before I was entered into remote sensing and agriculture, I was third mate, and I was driving oil tankers for Chevron out in California. My wife and I lived in Walnut Creek prior to moving to the Midwest. I still don't think she's forgiven me for that, but nonetheless.
Well, especially this week, huh?
Exactly, that's right.
Are you calling her up, telling her, hey, it's beautiful out here?
Oh, no, sir.
But, you're talking about the booth that you have here, and people are interested in this. Where are you located if somebody wanted to come out here for this third and final day?
We are located at Building C, across from the Farm Dairy Center, Farm Credit Dairy Center, in booth 3205 and 6, right under the 3200 sign. Pretty easy to find us. Okay,
and if somebody's watching this anywhere in the world, is there a place online where they could find more info?
They can find us at it's Advanced Recon, short for it. It's advrecon.com.
Okay, Advanced Reconnaissance Corporation. That's Nate Taylor, who's the Director of Business Development. And some exciting stuff, not only today, but it sounds like in the future as well. It's just the technology just keeps improving, doesn't it?
It certainly does, yes. It's very exciting.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, Nate.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
All right. Here on WAE.TV, live coverage here at World Egg Expo from Tulare, California.